Hello and welcome to Sarge's Custom Tutorials. Today I've gathered most of my custom fantasy sword and sorcery type figures to welcome a new figure from a pretty cool looking new Kickstarter series called Savage Crucible. In this package I received the Huntsman's Pack, which we will be doing a follow-up video for, and the Lemurian Slate, which is kind of like their army builder figure. It was the least expensive one, and I was really excited about the Frank Frazetta figure, but the Lizard figures weren't really calling my name so much. But now that I see it in hand, I'm pretty excited about it. So let's get this guy out of the box and take a closer look. Like the inside of the box. I don't know if that'll come out or not. No, it won't. But you can see the inside of the packaging there is like pretty cool world map for this Kickstarter. Very cool packaging. Here's his sword. Not a whole lot of paint on the sword. Looks pretty cool, but looks like it could have had some more detail on it. But very cool sculpt. It's got a little peg there. I wonder if it pegs into his back or something. Get some splayed out, relaxed hands, or claw hands, if you will. So this being a new figure from a Kickstarter, he's a little bit stiff. Mouth opens, look, that's pretty cool. Very cool detail sculpt, paintwork on the inside of the mouth. Very nice. These holes here, I assume, are for pegging in armor pieces. Some of the joints are a little bit stiff, so I'm going to hit this guy with a heat gun just to loosen them up a bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, much better. The color, I don't know if you can tell from the camera, the color is kind of, it's real black with a hint of green. I don't know if you can tell, it's just plastic, there's no wash on it, but it catches the plastic, the texturing catches the plastic really well and kind of makes it shine and look like there's some dry brushing going on. Looks really good. Such cool. The texture is really detailed. Some of the joints are there. They go. Okay. Okay, so it's a butterfly joint, but it's kind of like the old Toy Biz Marvel Legend butterfly joints, where it only goes forward. Actually, kind of pops out a little bit right there, but that's pretty cool because it means he'll be able to hold sword in front of him and be able to get some poses out of it. Most figures you can reach around and you have to bend their elbows to get them to hold a sword, but then once they're holding it with two hands, you really can't do much with it. This guy's going to be able to do quite a bit. Alright, then the elbow and the elbow joints and the knee joints both are kind of like the NECA joints, where it's really a piece with two joints, and I think there's a swivel and a peg that go into this forearm piece, and then another one on this side that go into this bicep piece. So this bicep is really kind of like floating there. So you have swivel here, swivel here, swivel here, swivel at the wrist. And the wrist is a vertical swivel hinge. So that's good. Also for weapon holding, both those are. The accessory hands are a regular horizontal hinge. That way. There's a dumbbell joint in the mid-torso and at the waist, so you get really good range forward and back, side to side, swivels. So all of the poses you want. You do get a little gap in there, but that's okay. You can kind of pose it away, but if you want a really good range, then you're going to get a little bit of gappiness. Hips go all the way out, almost a full split. The going forward picks the skirt piece up. Get almost all the way out. No back. Kind of a weird looking backside. Oh, okay, so he's got kind of like sculpted on underwear underneath this loincloth. Here's the tail. Plugs in from the bottom so that the loincloth, so you could actually take this loincloth off and put it on a human person. It's not like the tail doesn't peg in through the back of it, it comes out through the bottom. It's got a swivel hinge on it as well. It's flexible, but there's no wire in there. Swivel at the thigh, and you get swivel at the top of the knee, and again at the bottom of the knee, because it's two pegs going in and out. And don't get, well, it's pretty good range. The ankle joint is a ball joint, essentially. Yeah, just a regular ball joint, but it's got texture on it. It's almost a completely straightforward pin for a rocker. There is a toe hinge. I'm not a huge fan of toe hinges in general, but with lizard characters you can get away with, they got longer toes with claws, so it being further back on the foot actually kind of is okay. The elbow and knee articulation work really well for the Lemurians. I don't know how well it's going to translate to the human figures. I'm really excited to get the Frank Frazetta figure. I'm just a little bit worried about what the knee joint's going to look like, if it's going to look a little weird. There's so much texture in the lizard figure that it kind of disappears and it looks really nice. I don't know if it's going to be able to do the same thing on the human figures. It still looks great. I mean, I've seen the pictures of it online. It still looks great, but that's going to be, I think, not as good looking on the human figures as they look on here. The fingers are pretty soft, so getting a sword in his hand is not bad. And I'll show you what I was talking about, kind of getting these shoulder joints out. And you can really get a hold of that sword. Do some cool stuff with it. And then if you bring the elbow bend into it, you can do even more. Yeah. Great shoulder articulation, great arm articulation. I was expecting him to be a little bit bigger, but I'm not. I'm happy with the size. I thought they were going to be a little taller. This is actually a pretty good size. I like it a lot. Here he is with some customized Marvel Legends. This is the vintage Hercules, and this is Power Princess. Here he is with some customized Masters of the Universe Masterverse figures. We have our Conan and our Red Sonja. Here he is with a customized Masters of the Universe Origins figure. Here he is with some McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is with the NECA Hudson from Gargoyles and the NECA Elkhorn from Dungeons & Dragons. Here he is with two customized AEW Stu Grayson figures. This is my custom Skyrim Dragonborn, so this comparison I like a lot. This could definitely fit in as an Argonian in the Elder Scrolls universe. And here he is with another independent line, the Zezre Studios Combatants. Both of these are customized with accessory packs and some stuff that I put on myself. Like I said, I wasn't that super excited about the lizard figures out of this line, but now that I have this guy in hand, it's a pretty awesome figure. The articulation is great. The texturing on the skin is great. The only thing I can find on this figure that I'm not in love with is that the toe hinge is not loose, but it does make him a little harder to stand up. Other than that, it's just a really great figure, and they have the accessory pack. I'll do a video for the accessory pack in the coming days, and with that, this guy just becomes way more dynamic and just a really great figure overall. I'm definitely going to look into getting a few more. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and let me know how I can make these videos more enjoyable or more informative in the future. And thanks again for watching Sarge's Custom Tutorials.